Hey everybody, Todd Walker here. Wanted to make a little video, kind of an introduction I guess, for my 2001 BMW M5. I was inspired, I guess you could say, to make this by Ryan from Ryan Knows Tech. I'll put a link to his YouTube channel in the comments. But he also is a fellow M5 owner. His is a 2000, I believe. And he has a great blog, technology blog, and he also has an E39 blog that he just started, which I'll also put a link to. So anyway, that's kind of why I'm doing this. This is a 2001 M5. It's titanium silver with black leather interior. I've had it for about 4 months. Today's September 25th, and I bought it June 7th, I believe it was. Found it at a dealership about 120 miles from here. It had about just under 96,000 miles when I bought it, and it's got about 100,600 or so now. We'll look at the mileage for sure here in just a minute. The previous owner was the original owner. He was a doctor, and he took very good care of this car. You can see there are a few blemishes. I need to get the bugs and crud off the front end. I did just wash it yesterday though. There's a little brake dust on the wheels, which is just about impossible to avoid. But it's, for a 10-year-old car, it's in very, very good shape. So here's the interior. And as you can see, it does have the black leather with the wood trim. I do prefer, personally, the aluminum trim that came on the E39s. However, it's much more rare than the wood trim. Most of them did come with the wood, so that's what I've got. As you can kind of see, ooh, it's got more miles than I thought. 100,810 now. It suffers from the all too common problem of the bad pixels in the display. There is a company in California, I think, that'll fix that for 300 bucks. But you've got to rip out your entire display cluster and send it to them, which I may do at some point down the road, but it's just a minor annoyance at this point. This car does have the larger screen for the, I'm going to close this door, let the air cool it off in here. It's about 98 degrees outside right now. It does have the larger display. I believe that display is a 9-inch maybe, I'm not sure. The onboard computer display, that temperature is not right because I just turned the car on, so I'm not lying to you. It's got your display for, you can set a limit for your speed. It'll bong at you if you go over that limit. It shows you your range, how far you can go before you're empty. The distance, you can kind of set if you have a preset distance that you want to set. So you know your trip is 210 miles, that'll tell you how much distance you have left. Outside temperature, of course. The timer, same thing as the distance, you can set it. I don't know why you would want to do that. Consumption 1 and 2, that'll keep track of your gas mileage for you, and then your average speed. This car is also equipped with the DSP, which is basically a graphic equalizer, and then you can set like a room size and echo stuff from here. GPS, if you want to call it that. Let's see, let me set a destination here. Alright, there you can see the GPS screen. It's very antiquated. You can see how far GPS units have come in the last 10 years. It doesn't even have street data for where I am. You can see the display is pixelated. It looks old, because it is. And I never use it. I have a Garmin that I use whenever I need a GPS, so I don't even use it. The auxiliary ventilation, you can set it to automatically come on at a certain time and cool the car off for you. I've never used that. Emergency, I think, only works if you have the installed cell phone, which I don't. And then monitor off, you can just turn off the display altogether. And then, of course, your radio controls. Oops. Well, there. Since we're on the subject of the radio, subject to tape here, I'll show you my quote solution to listen to my iPod in my car. There's no auxiliary input on the stereo because, again, it's 10 years old and they didn't do auxiliary inputs then. So I've got a, a cassette adapter. That's what this wire is that you can see coming out. I use a cassette adapter. The wire runs across here along the steering wheel, and then it comes out right here up to my little cradle that I have. I stick my iPhone in here, plug this into it. So that's the audio cable. And then I bought this initially. It's a, oh gosh, well, let's see if you can see it right here. iTrip, that's what it is. Initially I had bought this to play my iPod through my radio. It's pretty crappy sounding, you know, for 60, 70 bucks, you get what you pay for. So I use that to power my iPhone. I've got that cable run over here also. It's right here. So I plug in the power and then plug in the audio cable. It works. It's not an elegant solution, but it works. I don't feel like spending 300 bucks on a Dice Media Bridge or something like that. Ryan did show, I think it was his channel where I saw a Bluetooth solution that he has installed in his glove box. I've got a lot of crap in here, but he's got it installed somehow with using the flashlight connector, and it's a Bluetooth solution, so I may look into that. I think they're only about 100 bucks. So I may look into doing that and replace all this junky cable clutter and have a little more elegant solution for listening to my music in the car. And there you can see I've got my Blue Ant Bluetooth speakerphone clipped to the visor. I use that whenever I'm talking on the phone in the car because in Louisiana it's illegal to talk on the phone with the phone held up to your ear. So in order to be compliant with the law, I use my Bluetooth speakerphone there. As I said, you can see for the most part the interior of this car is in very good shape. The leather on the doors is wearing just a little bit. It's not too bad, but it is wearing some. The headliner, the Alcantara headliner, is in great shape. The leather on the dash is in very good shape. I did just finish cleaning inside here, so it looks nice and pretty. But for the most part, this car really is in good shape. Like I said, the previous owner took very good care of it. He had all service done at BMW dealerships. So hopefully this car will give me many years of good service. I plan to keep it as long as I can. This piece right here, I have a replacement for that on the way. I found out about that on Ryan's E39 Source channel, actually. It's a little worn. It's kind of ugly, and he has had a source that he pointed out when he did a video on his where you can get that for $6. So I ordered that the other day. It should be here someday next week. $6 part. I think they charge $10 or $11 for shipping. So for less than 20 bucks, I'll have that replaced, and it'll be nice and pretty. This probably ought to be replaced at some point also, because it's kind of showing the same wear that this is. So I may see if I can get that replaced also. And there you can kind of see a little bit of the wear that I'm talking about on the leather, on the doors. But it's not too bad yet. These cars have very, very little plastic inside anywhere. It's mostly leather everywhere you look. The headliner, again, is the Alcantara headliner. The sunroof, sunshade is also covered in Alcantara. The sun visors are leather. The A-pillars here covered in Alcantara as well. So it's a very high quality automobile, as you would expect from BMW. Here's the original owner's folio, I guess you could call it. Peak BMW is apparently where the previous owner purchased this car from. And it has all the, if I can get it propped up here, well, let's do this. All the original owner's manuals and so forth in it, which is great. And the previous owner was also kind enough to keep the original window sticker. You can see the base price was $69,400. $900 for the M audio package, $645 destination charge, $2,100 gas guzzler tax, for a total of $73,045 in 2001. I paid $15,600 for this car, so I think I came out alright. And there's your mileage ratings: 13 city, 21 highway. I actually get better than that. I find that I get 15, 16 in the city, and probably, I'd say 24 or so on the highway. So considering the motor that's in this car, the gas mileage really isn't bad. If you can manage to keep your foot out of it, you can do fairly well.